The consistent theme that I've heard across every major market in Canada is a lack of affordable housing in the places that people want to live. So in my mind, the greatest opportunity is that to build purpose-built rental in those markets.
There's an old real estate adage, you go where the jobs are. And in Canada today, job growth is all about tech and the knowledge-based economy. So if I was a developer or if I was allocating capital anywhere, I would be looking at the markets that have the strongest tech ecosystems, the highest degree of post-secondary education attainment, markets that are growing in those fields. And in Canada, that's really Vancouver, Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, and maybe to a lesser extent, Edmonton. But I'd be taking a close look at the tech and knowledge-based or knowledge economy in each of those markets. And wherever I saw the greatest growth, that's where I'd be going.
Well, we're focused on the primary markets within the primary market. So for us, we see huge opportunity in Toronto and Vancouver. Even though those have experienced great increases in cost, they are the markets that will rebound the best when there are adjustments to that market.
Yeah, this issue of the most significant deal opportunities for construction, it really depends in part on the sources of capital. If I am a large fund out of the Middle East, I'm not hopping on a plane unless I can spend $50 million US at a time. So that's going to get rid of many cities worldwide. In Canada, they're really only be looking at Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal. Some of the smaller cities, it's just not going to work for them. Those smaller cities, they can have a lot more vitality and a lot more upside potential. If you think about not just the development phase, but sort of once you get through the development phase, the lease-up phase, and when the asset just exists, you have to think about not just the investment potential, but that afterlife of what happens next when you sell it to the next person. Some of the biggest deals that happened worldwide in 2018 were from investors buying big portfolios of assets in small cities around the world. So areas like Winnipeg and some of the cities in the Maritimes, they may not attract capital for development from some of these big pocketed investors, but smaller local investors may do well by building things, combining them in larger portfolios, and then thinking about that takeout when that next investor comes along and buys that portfolio.
Well, I'm a Torontonian. I raised my family here, and our business is entirely in Toronto, so I definitely have a strong bias here. And I think looking at the rate of growth, the competitiveness of the city, the strength and diversity of our communities, and the educated population, I think we'll continue to see great growth in Toronto, and I think that benefits the whole country.